Hello, my loves. Happy eclipse in Leo. How are you feeling? I hope you're resting. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this time, place, and space. I set the intention for the collective that this message finds you when it is meant to find you. I was having some technical difficulties. The energy is very buzzy. Like it's buzzy while it's also quiet. And it feels like there's just these interruptions with energy because of how potent the current energy that we're in is. And when I was meditating with my cards, letting the tech issues do their thing. We are here and now we got it working. We did not let it stop us. But while I was meditating with these cards, the transformation card was already flipped over in this deck, and it feels like this is the energy that we're in, and it's so resonant to the eclipse energy that we're in. Eclipses are all about transformation. And so it just feels like this is spirit reminding us that we're always in the right place at the right time, and to allow whatever delays may come up to come up, allow yourself to move through them, and be at peace with the timing of everything, because it is in divine timing. You are exactly where you're meant to be, where you are right now, through every phase of that. So I just wanted to share that with the collective and let that be our overall energy for the reading, especially, like I said, with this eclipse in Leo being where we're at right now, in real time. Wow. This oracle deck is the Witching Hour Oracle. I'll put it in the description box below. But while I was sitting with the cards earlier, I kept seeing the card Prying Eyes, and it came out in the reading right now. So it came out as the last card in the oracle spread. So we'll get to that as I just take a look at how these cards came out. But it just feels indicative to the energy of the energy being potent. There are literal, it's not like a literal prying eye, but it is, because it's energetic. Like you have people watching you energetically. Even if you're not somebody that would do that, or you don't know how to do that, it feels like the energy in general is people are watching you right now, collective. And it may not be invisible spaces, because wow, okay, so it feels like the collective has been in this hermit era. And so I felt like the collective's energy was, well, I haven't even been going out, and like, who could be looking at me? But the energy is ethereal. And when I said invisible, that just felt like validation in that. So just wrap yourself in protection. While you're transforming, you're in bloom, and you have people wondering, it's like, you have people wondering how you're doing it all. And it feels like you've been in this space of learning. And it feels like this goes both ways, right? With Prying Eyes being at the end of this oracle spread, it feels like it goes both ways. In you are learning through this phase that you're in, through this phase of transformation. It's brought you into such a space of growth, and you're casting out your own spells with what you're doing and with what you're saying. But on the other end of that, is duality, right? And so while you may be putting all these good intentions out, it does feel like the collective in general just has people watching them energetically. And it just feels like a little bit snaky, but it doesn't feel like it's anything to really worry about, because you are powerful. collective, and you have the power to call your energy back. And this message feels like it's reminding you of your power in that, to remind you of how you've been able to call in your life so deeply thus far. And as we're moving through this eclipse energy of letting go and feeling the grief and allowing ourselves to create this new life, it's just Spirit wants to remind you that you also have the power to protect yourself through your own words. And there's this essence of writing it down, writing down your own protection words, writing down your own protection spells, right? I get a lot of people who reach out to me about protection, and I want to remind you, collective, how powerful you are within your own energy. And energy and the power you see within me, you also possess. And I will always encourage every person that reaches out to me for help on anything to first see it within yourself. And I'm just getting this radiant energy, like I'm feeling it in my crown chakra. And so write down your own protection words. Write down your own, within your own words, how you want to protect your energy and how you are going to create the life through your own energy, because your words are powerful. Everyone's words are powerful, but the light will always prevail, babe. The light will always prevail. And when I say that, I'm looking at the images of these cards. Look at how the flame is illuminating through the dark so that you can see what you're creating in your learning. It's like you are your own magic. People reach out and try and find these spells online when it's you are the spell, babe. You are the magic. You don't need to outsource your magic. You can find your magic within. And through this eclipse, it feels like you are understanding that, because the image on this card is the sun, and the sun illuminates. And so Spirit is just reminding you, I am reminding you that you are your own magic. And while there may be fear of the energy that you're feeling, because the light, when you shine brightly, you will always attract the moth. You will always attract what is seeking your light. And so yes, I understand the human experience of fear through this, because I just felt through my heart chakra right now, the collective, like, worried about this. And sure, while there may be prying eyes on you, and while their intentions may not be pure and positive, it's a reminder of how powerful you are. Because look at how they are working their magic. Let them watch. I just heard. Let them watch. At the end of the day, my love, no one will ever be you. No one will ever possess the magic that you possess. No one can ever be you at your core essence. And so while they may try, they'll never be. So let them watch. And within the duality of your own duality, right? Because everything is always so layered. You also have people watching that will bring more of the magic that you're creating out into the world. So let them. And remember that you're the alchemist through it all, because you are transforming and you are surrounded in protection. The protection that surrounds the divine cannot be played with. Point blank, period. Tell it to the birds and let them. And I'm noticing the synchronicity on the little mushrooms and being outside. It's like, tell the birds to take care of it, okay? And karma will do its thing, because it always does. Bottom of the deck, flying ointment, let loose. I love this because it's releasing yourself from the fear of that. It's releasing yourself from the fear of anything. You're letting loose. You're flying, Nikki. Okay? And you're free. Look at how they are free, flying within their magic. It just really feels like the energy of letting it go. And when I say that, I look down at how their body language is on this card, and it looks like they're dancing through a flower field. And it says, I recognize the power of my words and I use them for the good of all. That's you. Okay? You're dancing under the sun and under the moon. If that is not validation of this eclipse energy, babe, oh my gosh. It's your time to shine, okay? So you are quite literally moving through this time and through this transformation in a way where you are so in your power, because through this time, you, my love, have been walking hand in hand with all parts of you, and you've let your pain be your power, and nobody can stop that. Nobody can take your pain from you. Nobody can take your power from you. Everything that you have gotten thus far is because of everything that you've worked for. Okay? And your journey is yours. Your magic is yours. And my love, you're moving through this time. Wow. With such, I'm going to do one more card. Yep, thank you. Okay, the first card that flew out, the Lovers. It's this energy of, I believe the Lovers came out in the last reading too. But this feels really synchronistic to, you've been moving with all parts of yourself. And now you're moving in this enlightened space. Because you have fallen in love with you. You have fallen in love with your journey. You have fallen in love with all the parts that made you, you, all the parts of your journey that made you call your power back to yourself. That is, it's like that is the eclipse, especially through this Leo energy of love and passion and this creative, fiery energy. It's you moving through this portal of this eclipse with full power of you, because you've called it back, and what you've seen and what you've released has naturally called your power back to you. And now you're in this space of this emotional balance because of how you've gotten yourself here. It's like this energy of moving on to calmer shores is what I just heard. And as you're moving on to, it's the, ooh, I heard moving on to calmer shores, land and sea, which may be really significant verbiage for some of you. It seems really significant, but it's this energy of balance, like this energy of being in full power of yourself, both emotionally and in a grounded place. And it's like you're moving away from the feeling of needing to be this one, like of going in this one direction. You realize that your path is meant to go out in different directions. And so you're allowing yourself to be in this mastery of your emotions to lead you through this journey. and you're leaving something very familiar. But you're using your intuition through it, and so you're trusting yourself through it. It's you're using your emotional your okay, good. Let's get it together. You're using your emotional state to help lead you through your intuition because of how you're trusting yourself so deeply, and because of how you're listening to your body in a way that maybe feels really familiar but new. I feel like I meant to say new, but familiar came out. But you're also leaving the familiar. I actually want to clarify that a little bit before I move on to the next card. What is... We're going to go ahead and clarify it with baby. You're just... It's like, oh my gosh, why do I feel like I'm blushing? It's this energy of, it is the full totality. It's almost like spirit is joking with me because it's the same message. But this just gives a clear validation of that. When I say that you're using all the parts of who you are, and that's you using all the tools within your tool belt. That's you creating this path. It's because you've already created this path. You've already lived so much of your magic and made so many of your dreams come true that you're moving through this phase so fearlessly because of how in tune with your magic you are. And what you're releasing and letting go through this eclipse is making way for you to create more magic. Thank you, Spirit. What you had come after that was the Queen of Swords. And you have the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, and that very much feels like that balance of the emotional and the mental, leading you on this path of fully just trusting you. Because things that the spaces that you're in right now have only allowed you to show up in this way at this point. It's like you had no other choice. Even though there feels like this internal battle with it, and for some there may be like external, right? It may be an external thing where you find that you are in disagreements more with people that you used to be in agreements with. And it also is internal of you battling the different parts of yourself and fighting off those things that want to recur and reappear in this time. But you're coming at it with the new thoughts. Like you're coming at it with a clear mind. And so that's why it feels like, I want to get a little bit more on that, Spirit. But it feels like you already know, as I said that, you already know the Emperor fell out because, yeah, you're setting your boundaries in a new way because of how you have been able to perceive things so differently from a new perspective, from the enlightened perspective, from this place of enlightenment, from this place of pure, deep self-love. It's almost like you have no other choice but to show up in this because of how much you have fallen so deeply in love with yourself. It's unlocked this magic in you that's allowing you to move in these new ways and in these new thoughts. It's like you are clearing the clutter of your own mind and allowing the enlightened thoughts to come to you. And as I say that, I look at the birds. It's like this one final bird is flying away, and now you have all of these birds flying to you, bringing you new. And remember when I said at the beginning of the reading, tell the birds? It's like tell the birds the things on your mind that may not be yours or that feel heavy. Or tell the birds your worries. Tell the birds who you feel is within your energy, okay? And let them do what they need to do, and baby, they're like, the returning karma is good, because there's like this reciprocity in that. It's like they've been waiting. What I just heard is they've been waiting to help you the whole time. You just had to show up to meet them. That energy feels really significant, and really specific. So that may only resonate with some. Remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a collective reading. It is not meant to fully resonate throughout. And if it does, I mean, that is amazing. But baby, you are in your Emperor energy, where you aren't taking shit anymore. Like, quite literally, you're just not. You've come into this space where you're creating your own magic from this boundary. What I just heard, you coming into the power of your boundaries, is what is the catalyst to unlocking this magic. That is very interesting. I want to get one more card, Spirit, please. One more. You're there. You may still feel like you're trapped in your mind on this, but Spirit is reminding you that you have options. You have an option to take the blindfold off, to move accordingly in what you're seeing, because it's almost like there's a part of you that is holding you back, because it's like the fear of the unknown. It's almost like what I'm hearing is this fear of being too seen within what you're about to do. Okay. So with the Two of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like you have this choice. Spirit is literally saying you have a choice to move forward blindly, or to move forward with full clarity. And only you can turn the wheel within the phase of this eclipse. Because right now we are in the phase of the lunar eclipse, and then we're going to have the total eclipse at the end of the month. And eclipses bring transformation and change. The eclipses will literally eclipse shit out of your life, and you can either let it, or you cannot, or you can carry on with the same bullshit and the same patterns and the same cycle, and it's trapped within your own bullshit. I just heard, are you sick of your own shit or not? Are you tired? And are you ready to move forward in a space that feels more resonant to you? Because it's the space that you're literally creating for yourself. Speak your mind. Now is the time to move forward using your throat chakra and speaking your mind. Letting you be the power that curates your whole life. And letting people come to you, because you are sitting within this power. The fact that you have the Lovers, the Chariot, the Magician, and the Emperor with the Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant is wild major arcana energy. Wild in the most powerful way, to validate, my love, how insanely beautiful you are in all this magic. Like, you've come into full totality within yourself. And you're standing so firmly on your magic. And not only are you creating and standing firm, you're also sharing this magic. Letting your pain, letting your story be your power. Letting your words and your vulnerability be your power. Be what gets you through this eclipse. Be what allows you to be seen within this new wheel that you're turning. Because you're creating a life of full abundance. The fact that you have honoring the cycles and the Wheel of Fortune It literally feels like the completion and the beginning. These are representative of the same card. Just pay attention to what's coming up in this time is what I'm hearing. Pay attention to the funny business. Pay attention to how people are moving. Listen to your gut intuitions. Allow yourself to fully lean in and trust yourself right now. You're moving in the right direction. If it feels scary, it's supposed to. Because you're moving out of the familiar. I feel like a lot of you are shifting out of spaces. Because this next phase of where you're moving into, babe, it's almost like it's too big for where you're at. And as I'm saying that, I'm looking at my painting with the eye and the light expanding through the valley and the mountains. And it feels like that is exactly, it's like you're expanding into spaces and places that are so big you can't even perceive it right now. But you're just letting the time show. I've been very itchy in my crown chakra and energy today. So just keep your mind clear. Keep yourself sharp. Keep yourself within your power, okay? It's time that you allow your light to shine in new places and spaces because you're letting everything that you've gone inward with, and you've been so introspective through this time of self-love. Again, you have no other choice but to move. You have no other choice but to unlock that lantern and let that light shine in spaces and places that have never seen your light at their full capacity. It feels like there's been this energy of being held back within your light. There may be people, places, spaces, things that have been dimming your light. And within this time of introspection, that's what you're eclipsing out. And as you eclipse it out, you're going to be able to let that light out. It's like that has been the magic you've been holding so tightly within you. That has also been dimmed so much throughout your life. And now, my love, you're turning the wheel with your own shift in mindsets, being within your power, trusting your emotions and your intuition to be your inner compass. I love you so much. Pay attention to the signs. Trust yourself, because you are the magic, you are the power, and nobody will ever do it like you. And it's your time, babe. It's your time to shine. I love you so much. Please hydrate in this time. Allow yourself to rest. Be gentle with yourself. The eclipse energy can feel really hard because grief comes when we close out cycles. And I just want you to know you're not alone. Okay? I love you so deeply. And I'm so excited for you. Even if it feels heavy right now, you're exactly where you need to be. Let what needs to go, go. And let what shines brightly in your life right now, let that continue to be the light that fuels your light, okay? I love you, babe. Give yourself grace. Be gentle. I love you. I'll see you in the next message. I would love it if you commented a sun emoji in the comments if you made it this far. And if you could like or subscribe, I would appreciate it. I love you.